All right, elementary music educators, you are looking for a lesson to kickstart your year. Let's jump right in because I think I found the perfect one. It is a lesson based on the story The Wish Tree by Kyle McClear. Let's go through it because in this lesson, your students are going to be going over solfege, they're going to be going over rhythms, they're going to be going over ta, titi, and long ta or half note rhythms, couple rests thrown in there, and as always, a full digital or printable worksheet. So let's jump right in. The Wish Tree is this absolutely magical story about a little boy and his toboggan that he named Boggin, who are out looking for a tree. And on their way, they're going to be helping all of these different animals to prepare for winter. They're helping fox collect berries, they're helping beaver collect sticks. It's all so simplistically beautiful and sweet. There is the perfect chance for a wishing song in there because what they're trying to find is a wish tree, a magical tree that they are going to write their wish on, which makes it feel very much so like it is in tribute to Tanabata, which is a Japanese tradition where in July they write their wishes and hang them on trees. But this story takes place in a beautiful winter-like setting and is not only perfect as a chance to get your students going through and reviewing all of the things that you want them to have front and center in their brain when they come back from break, but is also a little different than writing a New Year's resolution. A little bit more magical, but still a chance for you to maybe get them composing just a bit. So let's get started. In this lesson, what I love to do is just go over some basic solfege that, again, I want front and center in their heads for the Kerwin hand signs and just going through some of the basic ones that, we want to make sure that they didn't forget over the break. Before you begin the story, you read just a little about Charles and his friend Boggin, the toboggan, and then you want to get some rhythms for the song that we're going to look into. So tas and titis and long ta, meaning a half note for this one. And this is where what's great about this is if you grab this lesson from me, then this is completely editable. So if you're working with quarter notes, eighth notes, and half notes, then you just change the name before putting them in. What rhythms do you hear? Careful, there is only one, long ta. Now for this part, make sure that you are in slideshow present mode because you want to make sure that the animations all work. Because what I like to do is do a simple rhythm analysis for my students and clap the word. La, they're going to tell me that's a ta, right? Dee da, until it looks a little something like this, where at the end I would go wish. And my students will know that that's going to be the long ta that we talked about until it looks a little something like this before continuing on with the story, reading a little bit more, and then having your students find the steady beat wish trees where Charles went, Boggin followed, where Boggin went, Charles followed, and that'll come back into play later on before continuing the story. Remember our solfege from before, use it to help complete the song because now it's not just the rhythms that they just worked on, but they have to add in the solfege, keeping it very simple and to the point, but adding in those Kerwin hand signs for la dee da dee da dee da wish 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 for continuing the story. Now real quick, what's great about this is as your students just completed those two activities, adding in the rhythms that they heard and then adding in the solfege for the notes that they see, they can also be completing a digital or a printable workbook. I find that if I just have my students completing small mini sections of work throughout the lesson and still being able to gather the data that I need, it's not all at the end of the lesson where my students now feel like it's a test. I'm just gathering the small amounts of data that I need to show that my students understand the concepts. And this can be done either as a class and we'll do it all together, or it's done independently or in groups. So now either through the digital or the printable version, you've got some digital assessments on that rhythm analysis and on the solfege. But the story is not done just yet. Wherever Charles goes, Boggin follows. Complete the Boggin rhythms to go sledding. And what I like to do is I like to have the words up on the boards because this is really just to see if they can complete the rhythms doing a little bit of sight reading while the sled comes through for the rhythms. So ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And then just keep right going. Ta, 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 and so on and so forth. Really getting them to feel that half note before continuing on with the story. And using that same thing to now challenge your students to keep the fox warm. Sing through this song to help the fox gather her berries. Watch for the fox conductor. So they have to stay on the steady beat. And a lot of times what I like to do is stand off to the side. That way they don't have me to use, but they do have a different conductor to follow. Can they do this a little more independently for la dee da dee da dee da wish wish wish. For this next part, your students are going to need some rest. And again, there's different ways to do this. You can call it the silent ta, right, for the whole note, and then remind your students what it looks like. Or again, you're changing it to make sense for your students. Is it just a whole rest? Which I do talk about in small ways at the top with my students, but this is really for my younger students, right? This is first grade, second grade, third grade. But reminding my students how many beats the silent ta gets versus the half rest, which is just a silent ta, and versus the quarter rest, the silent ta. Now, this is all to get my students doing a small and simple rhythm challenge to get them to go sledding. It's paired along with the Nutcracker tea dance. It is fun. It is easy. It's also a great chance to get your students moving. So if you don't want them just sitting and clapping along with this rhythm, then they're up and they're jumping to this rhythm. And again, like I said, do I absolutely love it? Yes, because not only do your students get to climb up the mountain using those TAs, TTs, half rest and quarter rest, but then they also get a chance to go sledding, which when you're doing a lesson all about a toboggan, I mean, it just makes sense. Before continuing on with the story, and then this is where I really step to the side and I let my students do some independent work. A lot of this has been me guiding them through a lot of what we're doing, but I kind of put my hands up for this one and just say, can you hear the difference between the TAs and the TTs? So can you drag bear here versus rabbit over here? And again, they're either completing it in the printable by just drawing a line or the digital by dragging the animal. We sing through the song one more time before we use the entire rest of the class to make our own wishes. Real quick, I did want to say that this is only one lesson in my back to school survival kit where you will have 12 of these lessons with 12 assessments, 12 movement breaks, rhythm play alongs, the whole thing for a free month to start your school year right. Along with the 12 back to school specific lessons to get your students reviewing, moving, grabbing the data you need to start your year off right. It also comes with my 5-week course plus my 5 workbooks that goes along with that. Because if you're an elementary music educator who has made a New Year's resolution to bring more movement into your classroom, this is one of the simplest ways to do it. Every week for 5 weeks, you will be able to download a workbook that then pairs with 5 different short videos. I try to keep them all around the 5-minute mark that shows you one way that I bring movement into my classroom, either to get my students singing, to grab the data that I need, the instruments that I found the most helpful in my classroom, and how I build my lesson plans to take the stress out of lesson planning and add the movement in for my students. Again, this free month comes with the lesson plans to kickstart your year off right. That pairs with my full curriculum, 5-week challenge to kickstart your year, along with 20 hours of actual professional development. Those are all around the 1 hour to 2 hour mark, so be ready for those. The different assessments that I have, the different movement breaks that I bring into my classroom, as well as all of my scarf dances that are not posted on YouTube, with teacher breakdowns and follow-alongs that connect your students to classical music, put the fundamentals into their bodies, and pair with some really, truly fantastic classical music. And that all comes with my Back from Break survival kit. So make sure you check it out. All right, let's get back to the lesson. I like to do this as the printable for all of my students because then what we do is we fold them and then we hang them on the tree. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can have a small tree in your classroom. It can be something that they take home to hang on a tree outside that's special to them. But what you are going to get from it is some simple composing from your students. Writing out what is your wish. Tell them to keep in mind that there are some rhythms that they're going to need to hear in their wish. So it can't be long paragraphs. It has to be I wish. And then I would suggest with different grades, if you think that this is going to be something simple for your students, then you don't add too much of, guiding along the way. But if this is something that your students are definitely going to need a guiding hand on, then I would add the I wish beforehand and then just tell my students, I want you to put 2 or 3 words, right? And those 2 or 3 words are then going to be transformed into the rhythm. So I wish, and then maybe it's for a bike, right? Or pizza, whatever it is, that then they can hear the rhythms, write out their wish song. And I try to tell my students what notes they can use depending on either what instrument I'm going to be trying to get them on. Maybe you're just doing percussion for this section, or maybe you're going over the solfege that we went through at the beginning of the story. Then what I like to do is I like to just put a hole punch at the top, put a small string around it, and there we have it. My students have a wish on their tree. Now, the reason that I like to use this lesson at the start of the new year is it really goes through the things that I want them to have at the front of their mind, right? We went over solfege, we went over rhythms, we went over some basic rest. We got them composing just a little bit. It is all starting off very calm while still getting the students up and moving, because what I would also do is I add a scarf dance to my lesson. This one's up and all set, ready to go. It's the same song from Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, Tea Dance. But now instead of just doing the rhythms, your students are going to be moving along with it as they climb up the mountain and get ready to go sledding, which is just so simple and so fun. This is one that my students ask for over and over and over again. And it's already posted on my YouTube channel, so make sure you are liking, subscribing, and following along. So that's really it for this lesson. It's a perfect way to review the solfege, the rhythms, beginning introduction to rest, while gathering the data that you need to inform the rest of your year, and even getting your students making a wish and completing a short composition that could just be a wish or maybe a sneaky New Year's resolution. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you bring the wish tree into your classroom. It is a truly beautiful story, and even better when you pair it with the magic that is the elementary music classroom. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy playing.